So let's take a deeper look at using inquiry for learning. We're going to move on to activity 3. And at this time, facilitators, you need to go ahead and pass out the M&Ms, enough for each group to at least have 2. So a pair can look at the M&M and make observations. And also provide each group with 2 Petri dishes and a source where they can obtain room temperature water. Go ahead and pause the video here while you're getting those supplies out. They will also need a piece of copy paper to make a mini CER board. This is the setup for the CER board, just like we saw before. This time you're going to do it on a piece of copy paper. So go ahead, if we need to pause the video here, go ahead and do so. Now that you have your board created, what we're going to do is move through another activity on inquiry using that M&M that you have received. Sometimes you can learn a lot about something by looking at it very closely or in ways you haven't looked at it before. You may even discover things kind of by accident. This is what happened to me the other day when I was eating some M&Ms and drinking a cup of water. I was almost done when one of my M&Ms fell into the water that was left in my cup. I didn't care too much because I could eat that one even though it was wet. I decided to eat it, but when I began to reach into the cup to take it out, I was kind of surprised by what I saw. There was an area of color in the water around the M&M which I guess had dissolved into the water. As I watched it, the color slowly spread in the water, making the area of color bigger. This was pretty interesting and had something I had never seen before. I thought I could see it better in something wider, so I got a little plate, put some water in it, and put a different color M&M to see what would happen. It was similar to the first one I saw. I was starting to run out of M&Ms, but I had some other ideas and I wanted to try it out when I got some more. So the first thing that we're going to do with our M&M before you put it in the water, we're going to make some general observations. We're going to be using some of these sentence frames, and you may want to write these down in your interactive notebook. The facilitator may want to pause the video here for you to do so. So what you're going to do is take that M&M and record detailed observations and questions about the M&M. Go ahead and pause the video here to do so in your tables. Go ahead and create illustrations in your notebook of the M&M. Draw any features that you feel are important to helping others understand what it is you were observing. Then next, go ahead and break open the M&M and record additional detail observations and questions you may have. Go ahead and pause the video here and then talk about the observations and evidence that you wrote down in your tables and then in whole group. Facilitators, go ahead and pause. So let's go ahead and experiment. Follow the instructions on the screen. Facilitators, go ahead and pause the video here and allow participants to go through this activity. So you're going to want to explain a little bit about the phenomena that's occurring with the M&M. In the second part of this experiment, you're going to go and select a variable to change with regard to the M&M. Here, your facilitators will give you additional directions and an additional Petri dish for you to run the experiment one more time. This time, you're going to have your control, which is your M&M and the original room temperature water in the Petri dish, and run that next to a independent variable, something that you have changed. It can be change of the M&M color, change of the water temperature if there has been some warmer water or colder water provided for you. You could make a salt water solution. You could use bubbles, vinegar, etc. Completely your choice, and also depends upon the variables that your facilitator has provided. So go ahead and pause the video here and use your CER board to complete the activity. Facilitators, you will need your participants to talk about their findings and maybe show their pictures in their slow-mo in a gallery walk type format for this ending portion of this part of the activity. This is the end of activity 3. We will pick up in the next video on teacher questioning.